Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing a book review of Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom. I'd heard so many good things about this book that I really needed to pick it up pretty much straight away, except I haven't. It's been sitting on my TBR shelf for like 3 months now, but I'm super excited to finally have read it. And for the most part, it did not disappoint. If you do not know what this book is about, it follows a boy named Jacob. Now after some certain circumstances happen, Jacob finds himself with some peculiar children. I could probably tell you what those circumstances are, but I went into it as blind as I'm telling you guys, so I want you guys to go in it just as blind if you want to. If you want to know more about it, you can definitely look it up, but I went into it this blind and I really liked going into it this kind of blind. When I went to read this book, I didn't know if it was something that I wanted to read right that minute. So I went into the book and I read the first little paragraph, which I'm going to read to you right now. I had just come to accept that my life would be ordinary when extraordinary things began to happen. The first of these came as a terrible shock, and like anything that changes you forever, split my life into halves, before and after. Like many of the extraordinary things to come, it involved my grandfather, Abraham Portman. That first paragraph really intrigued me, and from them I found it really hard to put this book down. Throughout these books, as a way of telling the story, there are photographs. For example, this one. And here are some photographs on the back too. As you can tell, these photographs are creepy, and I think they really added a really good element to the story. What I would love to know about this book is if Ransom got the idea from the photographs, or he wrote the book and then found the photographs. Like, I really want to know this because I'm just intrigued. So if you do know that, you should let me know in the comments below. As you can see, I'm being really vague in this review, and I kind of want to just keep it like that because I really liked, as I said, going into this blind. But obviously, as this is a review, I'm going to get into some certain things. The first being the general feel of this book. For the most part, this book was really creepy. At one point in a certain part of the novel, like at the very kind of beginning start, like I was creeped out and I kept hearing noises in my house, and I basically ran from my bedroom frightened as shit because I'm pretty sure those peculiar children were out to get me. But at some parts, not all parts, but just at some parts, I felt like maybe the novel dragged on a little bit too much. I'm not sure. Throughout this book, there was something just missing for me, and I don't know what it was. Like, it was a fantastic book. It was holding something back, and I can't tell you what that thing was. I really loved the children and the peculiar things that they did without getting into spoilers. I found that part really interesting. And I also found the story really well thought out and interesting. It's full of a few twists, and for the most part, I didn't really know what was going to happen, and you know, I just read it to find out, obviously, as you do in books. I think the main element of what I really liked about this book was the creepy element, and I think without the photos I wouldn't have liked it as much. But with the photos and the way the story is told around them, it really comes together, and really it's just fantastic. If you're not into creepy things, maybe not read this book. I mean, I wouldn't say it's too creepy. I've read definitely creepier things, but it's definitely out there, and some of the photos are really creepy. Like, for example, this one here of the twins. I don't know if you can see it, but what's going on? What is this thing? Why? Also, it looks like naked, like this. Very pretty. And I just really like the design of this book too. When you open it up, it's open like this, and then ooh. General design, gorgeous. I mean, you guys should know by now that I have a book boner for these sorts of like gorgeous things, like publishing companies or the author. I don't know who does it. Whoever does it, like, oh, these books, like when they have little detail, like this little thing here, like, yes, give me your pretty detailed books and let me fawn over them. Even this cover, like, I wanted these books in hardback because this spine is gorgeous, and it being in hardback is just added to the gorgeousness. This being on my shelf will be fantastic and glorious, but even this cover is gorgeous too. Like, the spine or the cover, the spine or the cover. Spine properly, because there's not enough room to display covers on my bookshelves. So yeah, I rated this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I'm sorry that I didn't really get into too much detail about it, but as I said, I went into it blind, and I really think that was the best way to go into it for me, and so I hope that's the best way to go into it for you guys if you haven't read it yet. I really liked it. As I said, there was just something missing for me to give it that full 5 stars, and I'm not too sure what it was. And obviously right now I'm reading Hollow City, so I will do a review of that once I've finished, but currently I'm really enjoying it. And what is this thing? Camera, tell me. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. And like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you'd like to see more book related videos from me, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye!